friends, I'm Stephanie Hansen. Let's go! I've been cooking, eating, and talking about it for years.
This is amazingly good.
Now I'm inviting you along for the ride. Stanley! It's the bomb.
Something you cannot live without.
Meet the chefs, home cooks, restaurateurs, and bakers honing their craft.
Everything is going to blow your taste buds up.
And try new recipes with me in my kitchen. It's simple, it's easy, that looks amazing. There's always something delicious to share. These buds got a taste! These buds got a taste! Let's go! This is Taste Buds. Hi, Taste Buds. It is time to talk pumpkin. We are going to be talking pumpkin everything today because when it's fall, I want to eat a bunch of pumpkin things, don't you? We're going to head to Yum Kitchen in St. Paul and talk to Patty Soskin, who has 4 restaurants that are selling the most amazing giant pumpkin bars. Then we're going to head to my house and I'm going to try my hand at a pumpkin bar and we're going to make pumpkin rigatoni that has a secret ingredient. You're not going to believe how amazing this tastes and the flavor that you get. But first, the ultimate pumpkin pancake is at Als Breakfast. It's an institution in the Twin Cities, and we're gonna learn how they make this amazing delicacy for fall. Come on in, Taste Buds.
I need a huevos on a round, a spike on an oval, and 2 on a small round.
I might be in the smallest, most glamorous, most storied kitchen in the Twin Cities with my friend Allison Kerwin here. You got the flat top, you got the beautiful hash browns, and right behind you on special today, whoop whoop, pumpkin pancakes. When we started talking about pumpkins, I was like, we have to go to Al's Breakfast. And I think you guys make the best pumpkin pancakes in the Twin Cities.
Well, thank you.
Al's has, is it 12 seats?
14.
14, okay, it's a lot. And basically when you're here, you come in, you sit down, but when the next person comes, like you kind of got to move on down and it just keeps rotating. You always meet fun people. Al's is an institution. You've had it for how long, Allison?
Since 2016.
Okay, and then it's been here though, how long?
Since 1950.
I mean.
I started here in 1996.
Okay, so you worked here for forever.
Forever. And I was kind of ending my student career at the U at the time, and I came over and got a job because I had a friend who worked here. And Al's is a really comfortable place to be.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get stuck here for a long time.
Can we just talk about diner cups? They're like Syracuse stoneware or something that have been around for 1,000,000 years. They're like the perfect little 6-ounce cup. Your coffee stays hot. I mean, this is the move. When you came here, was the pumpkin pancake recipe part of the lore, or
No.
how did you know?
I think I actually added the pumpkin pancakes to just our fall special menu.
Okay, so you're like the person.
Yeah.
So are you buttermilk in pancake, or do you use other?
So we are mixing our buttermilk and our whole wheat batters for this. So we mix that, and we put a little bit of pumpkin in there with cinnamon and ginger.
No nutmeg and no clove.
I kind of think that, the simpler, the better sometimes. Sometimes it gets a little muddy if there's too much stuff going on.
All right,
So,
got a couple of ladles full.
open a half or so on the grill.
How long do you let it sit on the griddle?
A couple of minutes.
Do you just know
Let it
because
bubble
of the
up.
bubbles that are happening?
I have an internal timer that just tells me when things are done. I can't help it. I don't know. But
It's
yes.
like when I'm working out with my trainer and he seems to always know when I've done 15 of something without
exactly.
even counting.
Yes. Do you want to take it off?
Yeah, I do.
All right, there's a plate
Okay.
right over there. There you
Oh.
go. A little butter on there.
Okay, you go ahead and serve because
All
you've
right.
got your method.
Pumpkin pancake. Here you go.
Have you been here before? I have. Okay, and this is your first bite of pumpkin pancake. Oh, so good. I'm so glad you got here.
I ordered it because I heard you all talking about it.
It's amazing. It's like, I think one of the best things in the Twin Cities, pumpkin. I think, Allison, it's a 2-scooper.
Yeah, scoop and a half, something like that.
Scoop.
And swirl it around a little. There
Oh, you can
go.
touch it. Okay.
Yeah, you
That
can touch
looks
pancakes.
like the perfect size for an Al's pumpkin pancake because we're trying to make it as big as your head or this plate. Allison, this is like a girl's dream right here. I think I want to work here. I'm going to quit my job at Fox and come work here. Okay, so we're getting bubblage on the outside. Is that?
I think you can probably try to flip this.
I'm a little nervous on this one for whatever reason. I thought about it too long. Okay.
All right. Whew. Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, I got cheers and claps.
See,
Hooray! You
Nobody
just get rid of
ever
that.
knows.
Yeah, no one will ever know about the extra.
It's looking pretty good. There you go.
All right. Ooh, Nelly!
Want some butter on
Oh my gosh, do I ever. That cinnamony, pumpkin-y smell. This is like my favorite day ever. Bye, friends!
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Evie, I brought it over for you guys. Awesome. We need a little bit of syrup. I'm not gonna feed you like Lady and the Tramp style like I fed Melissa Peterman. Okay. Not because I don't love you, but just because it would be weird.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I know it's just a pancake.
But that's good though.
It's ambrosia.
And like, it tastes like pumpkin.
You kind of get that little gingery hit too. It's a little like warm spice.
It's a perfect amount for a pancake.
It really is. Thanks for sharing my pancake with me, Taste Bud.
Let me just take one more bit.
Oh yeah. We're gonna just sit here and eat the whole thing. Are you kidding? Yum. So delicious. Seriously. So glad you let us come.
I'm glad you guys came in.
Taste Buds! I'm so full of the pumpkin pancake from Als Breakfast, but I've got a little bit of room saved because I am now headed to Yum Kitchen. This is Patty Soskin's restaurant. She's got 4 of them in the Twin Cities. She's a family-owned entrepreneur that makes the best, the biggest, the most delicious pumpkin cream cheese bar in the Twin Cities. Are you ready, Taste Buds? Let's go! So you probably think I'm at a farm, but I'm not. I'm at Yum Kitchen in St. Paul, and the pumpkin truck just drove up. Our friends are getting ready to decorate all of Yum Kitchen's restaurants with these beautiful pumpkins, gourds. I don't even know what this one, it looks like it has a little allergy, but that's fine. Everyone's pumpkin is unique, and simply for them, Patty's got the best pumpkin bar in the Twin Cities. Is that like saying too much?
No, it's true. It's true.
It is true.
There's been a revolt. We put them on earlier and earlier and earlier every year. Super moist, good, real pumpkin, and also cream cheese frosting. Can't go wrong with cream cheese frosting.
So is it the cream cheese frosting that gilds the lily? Because I actually think like the pumpkin bar itself needs to kind of hold up without the frosting.
I don't disagree, but literally the
Just a
icing
but.
on the cake is the frosting.
All
I
right.
mean, it's the best.
So we've got the pumpkin bar with the cream cheese frosting and then pumpkin spice latte. Do you guys use pumpkin flavoring? Do you use
No.
Oh.
Real pumpkin in our
Okay.
pumpkin spice latte. We make the mix here. We make all of our coffee syrups here. So this is an extra delicious pumpkin spice latte.
Okay. Sarah's gonna make us a pumpkin spice latte, and we have, it looks like espresso. What else do you put in here?
So it'll be 2 shots of espresso.
Okay.
Some steamed whole milk, and our pumpkin spice mix that we make in-house here.
Okay, and whole milk, like what if I like, oat milk, skim milk? You have feelings about whole milk.
I do. Oat milk is good, skim milk is good, whole milk is fantastic. Whenever you heat up whole milk, you get a sweetness that is so delicious.
This is the magic. This is the pumpkin. This is the seasonings. It's the secret recipe, the secret sauce to the Yum Kitchen pumpkin spice. Also, can I just comment on your amazing glassware?
It's Bodum glassware. We sell it here. We've had it since day one. It double walled, so it's not hot when you touch it.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
I love the visual of being able to see the whole thing.
Me too. I've always thought that working as a barista would be super fun. Is it fun, Sarah?
It's really fun. I've been here for about 2.5 years.
Can you make like the foam art with your... Oh my gosh, look at you just did it.
There you are.
Cute. It looks like a little crocus flower.
Yeah, it's a rosetta.
A rosetta, very pretty. To fall and to pumpkin spice, honestly, I'm all about it. Let's
Cheers.
go. Yum. You get the real...
You said it.
I did. Yum. I'm in Yum Kitchen in St. Paul. No, you really get the sense of the pumpkin right away from that fresh pumpkin. That's amazing. It's more earthy.
real.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Sarah, you did a great job. I was very
Cheers, Sarah.
impressed with
Thank
your
you.
zhuzhuzhing of your milk. On to the pumpkin bars.
Woo.
It is the time for Erin to show us how to make the magic pumpkin bars at Yum Kitchen. The bar is already made and it's got like a cakey texture, which is lovely.
Now we're just gonna put
The dollops.
cinnamon cream cheese icing that goes on the top of it.
A cinnamon cream cheese. And you guys, look at those generous icing dollops. So we want like a half an inch of frosting. Is there?
About.
Okay, that's
Just
a.
gonna play with it. Use the whole spatula.
Okay.
And just spread it out. It's really soft.
Oh, looks so good.
It is so good.
Okay,
now
I've got my gloves on. Hair's
you
up.
go.
Patty, you have a lot of faith in me right here.
We do. You got this.
1, 2, 3. I mean, this just feels so wrong, it's right. Offset spatula. Woohoo!
You got it.
Okay, it's very soft. A little give, so I need to give it a little pressure.
Yeah.
And you've got the stance. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Like you need a little movement, a little. Ooh. Do you go all the way out to the corner?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
We call it wall to wall.
Wall to wall. Grr. All right. I feel really good about this, you guys.
And then what we do, this is kind of our signature that we go by for each bar.
That makes the yum a little yummier.
Yes.
All right. Ooh, mine's a little big. I need to kind of trim it up.
Nope. Good.
Okay. This is the fantastic yum extra sauce, as it were. The little decorations are important in a bakery, right?
Absolutely. You eat with your eyes.
You do eat with your eyes and your mouth and your face and all the things. Okay, there it is. The fancy, pretty yum pumpkin bar. So good. I cannot wait to try to make something like this at home. It won't be as good, but I'm gonna try. Any tips on baking?
Don't burn it.
Okay, don't burn it. Good tip, Erin. All right, so delicious. Let's go to taste a pumpkin bar. Okay, Patty, it is the moment of truth.
I think people who think they don't like pumpkin, when they taste these, they might change their mind.
Oh, for sure, because it's like a snack cake with that delicious cream cheese frosting, and the vegetalness of the pumpkin kind of makes it a little savory in some respects.
We've been in business 19 years. We've made pumpkin bars for 19 years. Look who's eating the pumpkin bar.
Okay.
Never gets old.
How do you think of like the recipes that you're gonna have? Are you a chef?
I am not a chef. I am a woman who loves to cook.
Like me?
Yeah, I love to cook. I loved cooking for my family. My mom was a fantastic cook. And I think that's where it came from. Yum happened.
Yeah.
As a midlife crisis at 45 years old. It was a crazy thought. I thought I had the perfect life. I had 3 children. I was married. Life was good. A friend of mine bought a building in St. Louis Park and said, let's open a restaurant. And I said, absolutely not. And then I went to the restaurant, to the space, and I looked around and I had a vision and I said, let's open a restaurant.
Again, I've eaten my entire pumpkin bar talking to you. It's super fun to spend time with you, to learn more about your locations, and also just to say thank you. Because you have been like one of the women in the restaurant industry that has been a bright light. You've mentored lots of people. You've been really someone that has championed a lot of people. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you. It's great having you.
From here, Patty, like I'm gonna go and try to recreate, not yours, but my version of a pumpkin bar. So we'll see how I do. I'll have to bring some over to you.
I'm anxious to hear.
Yeah. All right, I am in my urban pumpkin patch, but I'm getting ready to go home. I'm gonna make my own pumpkin bar with the tips I learned from Yum Kitchen, and then I'm also gonna make pumpkin rigatoni with a secret ingredient that may or may not be the hot new ingredient for 2024 coming up. We are back from Yum Kitchen in St. Paul. We had such a nice visit with Patty Soskin, and I loved her pumpkin bars, but I'm gonna try my hand at making them at home to see if I can make them as good as Yum Kitchen. I don't know, it's a tall order, but we're gonna try it, taste buds. I'm gonna start with 4 eggs, and they say to have them at room temperature. Hi, Stanley. Stanley always comes into the kitchen when he hears me in here, because he thinks I might drop a scrap or 2. So we're just gonna go ahead and get these eggs just whipped up a little bit. From there, we're gonna add 1 2/3 cup sugar. Then we are gonna add a cup of oil, and you can use vegetable oil, canola oil, and I've got a cup of pumpkin. Now, pumpkin comes in 2 kinds. It comes in pumpkin pie flavored pumpkin or pumpkin. And I'm using plain pumpkin because I'm gonna put my own flavorings in. Let's just get this all incorporated before we add the flour. All right, let's go in with the flour. 2 cups. And of course, whenever there's flour in the mix, I'm gonna get it all over. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of pumpkin spice blend. I bought that at the store and it has like cloves and nutmeg and cinnamon in it. I'm also gonna use 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt. Ooh, I am really feeling the pumpkin magic right now, you guys. Gonna be real delicious. And you put it in an ungreased pan. I know that that's kind of surprising. Stanley's like, wait, nothing has fallen on the floor for me yet. I'm just gonna get this incorporated into my pan. This would probably happen on its own in the oven, but I feel like we gotta give it a good head start. Move like a pumpkin lava flow. All right, here we go. 350, 25 to 30 minutes. All right, taste buds, it's time to make our frosting. We are gonna add 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, and there's just no way that this isn't gonna get all over when I put it in here, so. And to that, we are going to add about 6 ounces of cream cheese. And you want this to be at room temperature. And like Patty, I'm gonna add a little bit of the pumpkin pie seasoning. She used cinnamon in her bars. And then Hansen hack, we're warming up our butter here. And you just put a glass that you've heated up in the microwave over your butter. Our next thing is to add a little milk. What I'm gonna do first is add only half of it because I just wanna see what my consistency is before I add the rest. So here we go. Let's hope that, we don't get too much of a flurry. We are mixing the butter, the cream cheese, the confectioner's sugar. All right, so let's just loosen this up a little bit with our extra milk. I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, is that gonna give me enough frosting? I'm just gonna add another 2 ounces of cream cheese. Don't you think when you're making a pumpkin bar, it's better to have more frosting than less? I think so. 1 more tablespoon. I think it's gonna be perfect. Our frosting is made. All right, look at those pumpkin bars. We're gonna set them aside to cool. You want your pumpkin bars completely cooled before you frost them, otherwise the frosting will just melt and create a mess. It is time for pumpkin cream cheese frosting magic. Look at that. We are just gonna give this a nice frosting layer. Notice that I'm just spinning my pan. That makes it a little easier for me to work with versus trying to lean over everything. This is real fun. This is the sound of making perfect pumpkin bars. See? A lot of sounds happening here. Look, orange sprinkles. I mean, that's cute. Orange is my spirit animal. I love the color orange. It makes me so cheerful, so happy. I love it. They're so cute. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Okay, look at that. First of all, they look delicious. Second of all, very proud of our decorative skills. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! So good. So good. So good. I think I'm ready to have a taste buds. How about you? Wow. Like it's moist, it's pumpkin-y, but it's not like too savory. It's more sweet with the cream cheese frosting. Really nice hit of the warmth of the cinnamon, of the nutmeg, all of those spices that are in the pumpkin pie spice. Truly scrumptious. All right, guys, we've really covered the sweets of the pumpkin. Next, we're gonna go savory. You're gonna wanna stick around. Hi, taste buds. We're coming off of pumpkin bars and we're going into a pumpkin rigatoni with a secret ingredient. It is Kemp's cottage cheese, 4% full fat. It's gonna give us a really delicious sauce because we're gonna blend it up, and it's gonna be topped with a prosciutto and sage crisp. So let me show you how we start by making the crisp. You just pick your favorite prosciutto. This prosciutto is made in Iowa and it is my favorite. You wanna either put parchment down or silpat because we're gonna put a little oil on top of it. And the sage and the prosciutto are actually gonna fry in that oil and make a crisp. We're gonna take our sage leaves and just scatter those around. Here's my olive oil. I've got my oven heating at 400, and I'm just gonna give this a little toss with my hands. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 5 minutes until this all crisps up. All right, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with this Kemp's cottage cheese. I love Kemp's, I really do. I use it in everything. I eat it for breakfast, I eat it for lunch. All right, so I've got about a half a cup of the 4% full-fat cottage cheese in here. And when you're using it in recipes, what I like to do is blend it up. And I'm just gonna make it so that it's creamy. Let's check and make sure we've got it blended up enough. That is the perfect texture. There is our crispy sage and prosciutto crumble. Ooh, everything looks real crispy. We're gonna go ahead and make our sauce. I've got a couple tablespoons of butter that we're gonna start with, some thyme leaves, 1 whole shallot. I'm also going to add my chili flake. It's gonna be kind of spicy. We're just gonna let the shallot sweat it out a little bit. And I'm using 4 cloves of garlic. And whenever I use garlic, I don't wanna cook it too much, right? Because when it starts to get too brown, it gets bitter. So we're just doing what we did with the shallots, just letting it sweat out a little bit. And we're gonna add 1 cup of pumpkin puree. And remember, we're just gonna cook it a little bit so that we take that flavor and enrich it. The pumpkin's taking on just a tiny bit darker color, which is what we want. So we're gonna put in our cottage cheese. It's gonna be melting into our pumpkin. Look at that cheese melt. All right, we're gonna add a half a cup of whole milk, and then we're just gonna cook this down a little bit until we get to the texture that we like. We've got a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and you wanna use fresh cheese. Don't use the stuff in the can. That's got a lot of caking agents and some other things that aren't gonna help you in getting a delicious sauce. I already cooked up the rigatoni. And you can cook noodles ahead, I don't know if you know this, and just toss them with a little olive oil and get that all stirred up. Ooh, see that cheesy, whoa, that looks so good. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna hit it with some salt, some pepper, and then we're gonna plate it up and add our crumble. You'll be able to serve it just like this. Did you hear that crumble? Can you hear it? That looks so great. I've got my Paul Bunyan-sized bowl of pumpkin rigatoni with the prosciutto and sage crisp, and it is time for that first bite. You guys, this is so delicious. It's very cheesy. That cottage cheese really gives you that extra cheesy bite. Also, savory with the pumpkin, the garlic, and then you have the salt of the prosciutto. It gives you just this little extra like crispy, salty bit. Really delicious. Great fall meal. You gotta try it. All right, taste buds, that's all the pumpkin we can handle. We've got sweet pumpkin recipes, savory pumpkin recipes, and we finished up with our pumpkin rigatoni with the prosciutto and the sage crisp. It's super delicious, and if you wanna make it, go to fox9.com/tastebuds for the recipe. See you next time, taste buds.